One powerful mindset shift that will make you rich one day. We're going to get into it in a moment. When it comes to learning, there's nobody ahead and nobody behind. I don't believe I was born with all the skills. I don't believe I was born confident. But what I do know is that if I decide that I'm going to go in on something, I'm either going to go big or I'm going to go home. I remember back in the day, I was like working for like £3 something per hour. And in my mind, I was like, I want to be successful. I want to be like someone who, and I wouldn't even say rich. At that point, I wasn't thinking I was going to make millions. It was just kind of like trying to make ends meet. And, you know, now, even if you look at the minimum pay, whether it's in the US, probably you got the $7 to $10 an hour, to now looking at the UK, where it's what, same thing, around £7 or £8 an hour or something like that. At the end of the day, most people, when they want to make money, and most people think to actually earn more so that they can get out of debt and all the rest of it, is to actually work more. Right? Think about it. When was last time when you thought, okay, I need to pay some bills, or I need to save up for something? Then you're like, okay, let me find a second job, or let me work more hours, or let me pull some overtime hours to actually make more money. While that is like a very temporary solution to actually, like a quick fix, right, to get out of a problem. So when one of my first mentors taught me, and he said, the biggest thing for you is not to say, how do I work more hours? We need to start working more smart instead of working hard. And I was like, okay, everybody talks about like smart work and not hard work, but what does that actually mean? And it wasn't until a few years later when I started to realize, when somebody told me, hey, it's all about modeling success. Look at the most wealthiest people in the world. What do they do? How do they live their lifestyle? How do they make so much money? And then I started to realize, actually, it's not about working for the time, and it's not about working more time to be paid more. It's about how can I not understand that I get paid for time, but how do I get paid for the value in the time? So we are all paid for value. If you really think about it, you have 24 hours, I have 24 hours, everybody has 24 hours. So why is it that some people earn more? It's not because they work more hours. They say success leaves clues. And if we were to understand that, then actually the formula is very simple. Because it's about, how do we increase our self-value? Right? How do I increase my self-value so I become valuable? Even if I'm working a job, even if I'm working a 9 till 5, how do I become valuable to the company? Right? So valuable that they need to pay me more. Not say, how do I work more hours? And if we really think about it, what is the definition of value and how to be valuable for an employer? Or even if you're in business, how do you have a unique proposition or product or service that is valuable to the marketplace? And the more valuable it is to the marketplace, the more money you'll get paid for it. So if we start looking at everything like that, it becomes a very powerful concept. And that's when I started to polish up my skills. And these are just human skills. So how do you become valuable? It's saying, how do you get results for people? So in a job, it'll be, for example, if you were very good at marketing, or if you were very good at selling, right? Marketing and sales, I say, is the biggest skills. Communication, right? Leadership skills. These are all top skills. Why? It's because you think about it. Which boss, which company out there doesn't want more sales? Which boss doesn't want their company to grow much bigger? Right? Which boss doesn't want the systems to be automated so that they can just allow the leader to actually lead everything? And that requires communication skills, effective communication skills, networking skills, confidence skills, all of these things. So how can you make yourself valuable? It's very simple. Learn how to communicate effectively. And even further to that, if you want to make yourself even more valuable, learn how to get exposure. Learn how to speak one-to-many. Speaking, Warren Buffett said, is one of the greatest skills out there. It's your greatest asset, right? Every single day, we're making this human interaction of speaking to people, trying to make some impact of some sort. So the moment we are able to make huge impact, right? The more people we speak to, the more impact we make, the more lives we change, the more value we add, the more we can also get paid for it. So that's in the context of career. But let's say, for example, you've got your own business, okay? You maybe got a struggling business right now, right? How do you make more money? Very simple. Bottom line, again, same thing. Marketing, sales. But starts off with your high demand product. How do you find a product that's so valuable in the marketplace that it's very, 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 very high in demand and everybody's searching for that thing? Because if you get a lot of people searching for that thing, looking for that thing, then you become a very valuable asset. Your company becomes that, right? So these are the skills that if you take your perspective up, and I always talk about financial thermostat. Everybody has a financial thermostat and it's set to, let's say, for example, if you've been earning $1,000 every month for how many years now, then your financial thermostat right now is set to $1,000. So at the moment you get into debt, let's say you get into $500 debt or a few $1,000s debt, you feel like, oh, I'm in a lot of debt right now. But that's only because your financial thermostat right now is set low. But if you look at it into perspective and you take someone like Bill Gates, right? Or you take someone like Warren Buffett and you look at their financial thermostat, actually, they would be laughing right now if you were to tell them you were in $500 debt or $1,000 or $5,000 or even $10,000 debt, because everything is perspective. So the final thing I wanted to share with you is to raise your bar up higher. Change your perspective of finances. Instead of thinking, how can I make an extra $1,000 a month? The moment you shift your mindset to say, how can I make an extra $10,000 a month or $100,000 a month, right? What actually happens from there, your mind shifts. Where your mind goes, right? Focus goes, energy flows, results show. Your mind is a very, very powerful, powerful machine. So set your bar high, start changing your mindset to not focus on working more time, but work and increase your self-value. Okay, I'm not saying you don't need to work hard. You still need to work hard. Guys, if this video has been useful to you in any way at all, please do hit the thumbs up. Also, comment below. Let us know where you guys have tuned in from. That's always nice to know. And finally, if you're new to this channel and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's that little bell sign, by the way, because this year I'm dedicated to making daily videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, namaste. Ciao. So I actually haven't done this in a while now, actually since I've been back from the Himalayan mountains, and I know you guys are expecting some like kick-ass asanas right now. Kick-ass asanas, that's a new thing, huh? So what asana I'm going to share with you today is very powerful. It's just sit here and breathe. No, I'm going to do something a little bit more complex for you guys. Okay, so we sit Dandasana. Okay, now we can put our palms down or we can put our fists down. If we get a fist down, then we get a little bit more height. It's a little bit easier, okay? So I'm gonna show you first and then we'll analyze it a little bit later in terms of how powerful this asana is, okay? So you will lift up like this. If your wrists are a little bit, need a little bit of work, whether it's maybe a little bit weak, then maybe try with this one. So every time we do Yogi and Lamborghini, I'll share with you one asana each time or one movement, okay? So we can lift up on fists, okay, and lift up nice and high. You need to get more height. So let's say, for example, if I was to lift up like this, it's not enough height. I need to bring it up even more. Tuck the stomach in, right? Then what you want to do is lift the front up, turn, bring the feet in, twist slowly out, chaturanga, and lift up. Okay, my fists are actually crushed right now. This floor is a little bit hard, okay? But anyway, that's your little practice. We should set a challenge maybe. If anyone can actually do that, then film yourself doing it, or maybe film your attempt doing it. Tag me either on Instagram or put the caption on YouTube, upload it to YouTube. Maybe we'll run a competition. In fact, let's run a competition for it. What does the winner get? What does the winner get? The winner gets, okay, winner gets Okay, winner gets to join me live on a call where we'll practice yoga together. How about that? That sounds pretty cool. So all you need to do is just hashtag, right? Master Sri Akashana. And if you hashtag that, we'll search in maybe a couple of weeks' time and see who does the most, not most accurate. We don't talk about, I mean, perfection is the goal, but we always say progress is better. So let's just see your attempts, whether you fall, not fall, whatever. Okay, let me do that one more time just to show you, right? So we lift up, nice and high. We turn, twist, out, chaturanga, oh, out. Beautiful. Be careful of your face and everything. Anyway, look forward to seeing you guys post your tags on Instagram or on YouTube. I think that's it, guys. Otherwise, if you haven't already, check out the other videos. Nice to be back. And nice to be back with the Lamborghini as well. Namaste. You guys can click on the other video by now. Now this is getting awkward. Namaste.